Bạn việc đạch tí bây giờ đạch thôi được bốn đoạn đạch thì lại đạch rồi.
Every course of action has its risks. Be careful.
Show mình ngủ mà tiền lên vượt tiền bắn thế thơ thôn ngó. Đâu với nhỉ? Đã đến đó mình trời. What is that?
Ad Astra Abyssosk. Welcome to the Adventurers Guild. Ad Astra. Thank you for completing.
Con bè một phây. Ok, đi event nha. Ai chứ? Ba try again. Chụp. Trên mắt trên một phi. Yeah. Cái thằng ấy vừa rồi. Nó ai bay rồi nè. Damn. Nó ai bay ba này. Mình xem. Bay. Cục sợi cay thầy ấy. Damn. Ok. Good. Nice. Sip. Yeah. Yo, một cái T-score 10. Nice. Mình thiệt đó. Hai ca nạt tích nè. Okay. Nó lên phần rồi.
This realm is... If you ever...
Ngồi đi, người ta có thể đích diện lộ không rồi. Ở trong tập vô thường này. Ồ, anh mang tên năm cái đó phương tĩnh. ទៅការនេះទេ Tannery เพิ่มก็ Tannery ដូចជានៅព្រមចាយបាក់ទេបាច់អាប់សល់ក្រោមតែ15បូកពងអត់ក្រោមអាប់ទៀតជួ farm ទេគេយើ artifact អូនេះ Master artifact នេះមួយអូខេផ្លេចឲ្យឆឹង artifact ដូចតែត្រង់នេះនេះការសុហាខ្ញុំនឹងឆាប់មកដល់បាយឌុំ
The Dactyls! Let the world come alive!
Be sanctified.
Anh nhặt đây phở không? Còn nếu bạn pay rồi thì mấy cái lưng muốn om không?
A bitter pill to swallow.
Power that isn't my thought! Strike a pop!
Bow your head. Let the mighty be humble.
Luôn tùy ha. Ok, sorry brother, game nó chẳng vậy thôi chứ. Nhậm nhóm bị áp sơ bài thì ta chơi ta lên tới cùng nó áp xong
The Dactyls! Time to shine!
Remember, health comes first.
To ashes!
Settle down.
Mind the side effects.
I'll see. Okay. Ban là bao lo nhỉ. Ôi my god. Good. Tại ban được phân vậy. Anh ấy em mình tên. Tại ban được phân. Đây mình tên món ở ban chia ní món lọ ATK. 6នេះមក10 CV ជាងអត់ហើយហ្នឹងអែមសាមួយទៀត
The tides beckon. A bitter pill to swallow.
ទេជប់មានអារម្មណ៍ថាខ្ញុំវាខុសហើយបានតែ 9000 អញ្ចឹងពណ៌ដង 10000 ជាងតា HP អូអាគាត់ហ្នឹងថ្ងៃមុនដកយកទៅឲ្យឈីបាត់ហើយនេះជប់តាណាបាត់ហើយនេះអាហ្នឹងដូចជាអាហ្នឹងហើយមាន crit rate 5យ៉ាងបាន10នេះ12ហើយទៅ PCV ហើយនេះបាត់ healing មិនណោះអញ្ចឹងបានជាស្ងល់
The doctor was
មើលឡើងវិញនេះមិនទាន់ដល់បាយស៊ូនទៅឲ្យ8ហ្វាមិនបានល្អមក ATK នេះ ATK នេះវាបាន defend នេះល្អមែនតើហ្មង defend នេះ សบายគេខ្ញុំអត់យល់ហ្គេមហ្នឹងអត់សบายទេនិយាយទៅបើប្រើដល់គាត់ទៅលេងមកឲ្យបាត់ stress អូខេព្រោះហ្គេមហ្នឹងខ្ញុំលេង
Life, death, and the world around us all follow a set of laws.
no my sword. Eat this.
Flames, purge! Flames, purge!
Ini sama mountain. 10 tích này. Are you kidding me? Này.
May I present?
Chạm cục.
Body and
Cục
mind.
lọ. Hello, good morning, everybody, everyone. Vàng đi. Đôi chìa. Man. Lên như thế chẳng. Do story mode 1 hay
Listen.
คุยเห็นเลยเนี่ยนี่สาระคุยช่องคอยอันนี้เลยมันเปะกระดาษให้โอเค story mode จังไอเลยไงจมเดียวก่อนนี่กูก่อนบ้าน
I thought I told him to spray it with water to retain moisture before. You can't treat a glazed lily.
I'll go talk to him. At this rate, he won't even be able to afford eating cacti for much longer.
Hey, Tainari!
Oh, it's you.
We didn't have anything to do in this.
Well, the exhibition includes flowers from every corner of the world, each with their own unique properties and needs. With that in mind, the curator commissioned a flower pot from Kasharuar, capable of even so. An expert is still required to develop tailored transportation and care plans for each type of flower.
Oh, and that expert is you, right?
Not this time, no. I'm just here to help out. The expert in charge is someone else.
Mr. Tainari! Sanjay! He confused the poisonous bulbs with garlic shoots, and he ate them!
Never mind. Forget about what I said about the food expenses. Apologies, traveler, Paimon. Looks like I've got something to take care of. I'll be back in just a moment.
Tainari's busy no matter where he is, huh? Yeah, seems like it. Hey, don't be careful about what she eats. Well, looks like Tainari might be busy for a while. Let's take a look around the port in the meantime. Wow, look at these flowers! They smell so...
Huh?
Nè, tụi ông thầm mày à. Ta xong một tiết trao này, chai nó của anh miên là vì đi. Something wrong? You feeling okay?
Hi, fine. She's just got a little...
Chịu khẩn ca.
Rainbow
Bye,
roses.
It's... But,
A moment of your time, you two? If it's not too much trouble, perhaps you could try this incense.
Incense? Oh, the scent... Whoa, that was fast! Paimon doesn't
From your attire, I imagine you two aren't from Sumeru either. Seeing as we're both travelers from abroad, it's only right that we help each other out should the occasion arise.
Oh, so you're here for the flower exhibition too?
I suppose that's accurate. Ah, allow me to introduce myself. I'm Emily, a perfumer from...
Paimon is Paimon! Thank you so much for your help just now. Oh, and...
The Traveler, right? I've heard a lot about you from the Steambird. It's nice to finally put a face to the name.
About you as well. All those I didn't expect to run into you in the summer.
What happened back there? Why did Paimon start sneezing all of a sudden?
Have you ever heard of hate? To put it simply, when inhaled,
but Paimon has...
Well, we're all different. The factors that can trigger a reaction to certain stimuli vary by person. In isolation, the effects of certain pollens may seem minimal, but there's no need to worry. Pollen allergies can be effectively mitigated with the use of medication.
Oh, well that...
Traveler! Paimon! There you are. Is everything all right? I left in such a hurry, I forgot to warn you about all the pollen in the air. Emily? Ah, what a coincidence. Looks like my worry was misplaced then. The Traveler and Paimon are in good hands.
It was nothing, really. We happened to run into each other shortly after my arrival, and I offered them a bit of help, that's all. I'm more curious as to why you thought the Traveler and Paimon were in danger. Allergies are highly unpredictable. If you were concerned the pollen might trigger a reaction, that must mean something similar has happened in the past.
Remember the first time we met? You fainted after inhaling Spirit Borneal.
The Spirit Borneal didn't affect Paimon at all, and now she's the one suffering! It makes no sense!
It's not really something you can make sense out of, Paimon. There are all kinds of allergies out there, caused by a variety of different factors. Some people are even allergic to almonds. It's not something you can generalize.
Exactly. I even encountered a case in Fontaine where someone had an allergic reaction to soba noodles their family brought back from Inazuma.
Whoa. Good thing Paimon isn't allergic to any...
In a manner of speaking, although you could say the...
In addition to medicine, Emily is also very knowledgeable about botany. She's taught me a lot about the native flora around Fontaine.
And that's where my expertise ends, I'm afraid. When it comes to breadth of knowledge, Tainari certainly comes out on top.
A flower expert? Oh, Paimon's got it! You must be the expert Tainari mentioned, the one in charge of the exhibition!
Wrong again, I'm afraid.
Well, I did come for the exhibition, but only to inquire about the Auguste variety. I'm not involved in any official capacity.
Oh, Paimon was sure she got it right this time!
It's a kind of flower that was once popular in Fontaine. The perfume made from it also bears the same name, Auguste.
Auguste, huh? That's not a name you hear often nowadays.
In an ancient language, the word is said to mean sacred or noble. It's sometimes used as a name for people as well. Ah, that reminds me. Are you familiar with a historical event in Fontaine known as Perfumania? Perfumania was an event that occurred in Fontaine nearly 20 years ago. It all started when several merchants released their own lines of high-end, expensive perfumes, marketing them as must-have luxury products, the very symbol of elegance itself. No one anticipated the demand was twofold. What some saw as a status symbol, the value of these, but at the end of the day, perfume is just perfume. The market value greatly exceeded the intrinsic worth of the product, creating an economic bubble that was never going to last. Luckily, the Palais Mermonia recognized the danger and intervened before the craze could truly spread. Many profiteers and scammers were thrown in jail as a result. In the end, only a few wealthy families were affected when the
What does all this have to do with that Auguste you mentioned earlier?
Well, during the craze, the most popular perfume was none other than Auguste. The demand far exceeded the supply, to the point where it once sold for 10 million mora a bottle.
10 million? Then what about now?
After the mania ended, most perfumes returned to a normal price. Auguste was the only exception. Its namesake, the flower used to create it, indeed, the Auguste flower was not a natural variety, you see. It was specially cultivated for use in perfume making. When the bubble popped, all the flower beds used for its cultivation were destroyed in a fire. The variety has never been seen since.
But didn't you say you came to the exhibition to look for it?
Ah, yes. I came to investigate a
Traveler, we should help Emily look for it.
I have to agree. Emily wrote me to ask if I could look into the rumor, but the forest rangers have—
Even if I can locate the flower, I'm afraid you'll be disappointed, Paimon. I don't have any divine, noble, one of a kind. All beautiful sentiments, to be sure, but to me, they overshadow the very essence of the product. When it comes to perfume, I want people—
Wow, so
low-grade counterfeit versions of Auguste. Every so often, someone will claim to have recreated the unique scent of Auguste, and the rumor mill will start comparing the counterfeits to my own work.
okay, that's more like the reason Paimon had in mind.
Ever since that rumor started, 3 new perfumes claiming to be made from the Auguste flower have appeared on the market. If I can dispel the fanaticism surrounding Auguste, even just by proving the rumor to be false, then I'll be free from all this.
That makes sense.
Oh, I would of course be grateful for your help, but I wouldn't want—
Well, you said it yourself. We're both travelers from abroad, so it's only right that we help each other out.
Ha! I suppose you're right. Then—
Based on the information I have so far, it's unclear if the rumor is true. Mr. Edgar also thinks it's too early to say, but you could always go talk to him. He was there all those years ago, after all. Maybe he'll know something.
Huh, I was just about to pay him a visit at the—
Edgar? Who's that?
The person you've been trying to guess this whole time. The flower expert in charge of the exhibition. He's back when he was still working in Fontaine. Auguste was his—
I should also mention, he was my teacher, the one who taught me the basics of perfumery when I apprenticed in Sumeru.
So this guy was a famous perfumer in Fontaine, but
It's a long story. If you're interested, we can talk more about it when we see him.
Thôi nên lừa nó ngồi.
oh, look at all the flowers!
Apparently, the exhibitor paid a large sum to rent out the hotel and surround—
Yeah, what if guests come early? They won't have anywhere to stay. Also, renting out this big of a hotel, how are they gonna make that
It's been so long. I almost did well. You. Oh, yeah. Oh, hold on.
It's nice to see you again, Master.
Emily? Is that you? Oh, it's been years. Look at you. You're all grown up. I've heard you've become quite the famous perfumer.
Oh, well,
Ah, hard. I've taught many students here in Sumeru. And who are these two? I don't...
they're my new friends, the Traveler and Paimon.
Emily's friend.
And these two gentlemen?
I'm...
No, yes.
Merchant?
You must be here to look...
Well, what respectable perfume merchant hasn't heard of a Ghost? Anyone in the business would be interested in the rumors.
I'm guessing you're here for the same... I commissioned a few eremites to do some scouting for me. They searched all over Sumeru, but there were no sightings of the August flower. That being said, there are people in Port Ormos who claim to have smelled a unique fragrance on the streets. Definitely floral, but still distinct. Some of them were merchants who lived in Fontaine 20 years ago. According to them, the fragrance smelled exactly like the August they remember from back then. A one-of-a-kind, divine, and noble scent.
Maybe someone around here just happens to have a bottle of August from back then.
No, I don't think so. I doubt that's the case. Even if someone had a bottle that was never opened, August is even more... Although, could there be a flower out...
Impossible! If August were that easy to replicate, it would never have sold for such a high price all those years ago. The August flower is back. It has to be.
Technically speaking, the scent...
Well, let's table that question for now. Edgar, did any of the...
No. By the time compared to things we...
Wait, are you saying...
Just thinking out loud.
We don't have much to go off of right now, but we can't rule out that possibility. You all traveled so far to be here. Why don't you rest in the hotel for a bit? Oud, Blaze, this is the key to your room.
Ooh, you've got the keys to the rooms? Do we get free lodging too?
My apologies. I managed to tidy...
Oh, and we just...
Don't worry, Master. I can sleep on the boat tonight. Or I could even camp in the wild. It would give me the opportunity to collect some plants. Even better. Although, would it be...
Well...
Of course, no trouble at all. My brother and I will keep an eye on them for...
All right, then. I'll prepare some refreshment.
Whoa, the smell of flowers is so strong. Didn't Edgar say he tidied up? Hyman took a peek through the window earlier and his house was packed with flowers.
No, that's a flaw. We work closely with...
Oh, guess there's just too much to store for the exhibition then.
Story mode nó mà ngày
Oh, this room seems to be a connected Blaze.
Yes.
All right, then. Where can we find your luggage, mademoiselle? Blaze will go fetch...
It's still at the port. In addition to some daily necessities, there's also a case of amber wine that I brought back from Fontaine. Could I trouble you?
How...
Is that so? Mr. Oud, Mr...
Hey! What are you doing?
That's Master's voice.
Edgar!
Master!
Hey, Edgar!
Who... Here we are.
Hey, Edgar?
No, don't shake him. He's injured. Just leave him to me. You two can... Oh, thank you. Skin is flushed.
That strange smell around here. Is it coming from this bottle? Oh, really? Do you think whoever did this was
checked.
Oh, but that's impossible. Oh, the culprit, I mean. It's not like the culprit could...
Well, we looked all up.
The most important thing we can do now is
So, how's he doing?
when I administered emergency treatment, I discovered a residue in his nose and mouth. He's still unconscious and induced. Ah, yes. But first, Mr. Sylvain, Mr. Lucian.
Wait, you...
Hey, were you talking to us, mademoiselle? I'm afraid we'd never...
Before arriving in Sumeru, I asked a friend from the Special Patrol to look into the creators of Auguste. There were 4 people, a researcher from the 2 brothers. In the end,
And what does that have to...
every time your brother...
Ah, miss, you have a... What?
Amber wine is a unless...
Emily, you little...
Don't misunderstand, Mr. Sylvain. I don't bring this, but Master's life is... If Master's attack had... So I'd like to trouble...
Fine.
Sylvain!
Lucian, if this will help us find Kyria. You were right, Miss Emily. There were 4 of us sometime down...
Sounds like he's still upset about that. Wait, then how did Edgar end up...
Master was convicted as an accomplice, so he only had to serve a few years. He decided to move to Sumeru so that he could put those events behind. Still, Master was depressed for... That's how I met him. My parents had to relocate to Sumeru for work when I was a child, so I had the but we can talk about that some other time. I want to hear more about this researcher, Vijava.
Like us, Vijava was also... But before the
But destroying all that evidence...
It didn't matter at that point, because she...
What?
Sounds like you did an investigation of your own.
The name wasn't mentioned in any of the files I reviewed either. But you two seem quite familiar with him.
Kyria was Vijava. He was just a clueless kid back then. Vijava kept him after all.
So, you...
Vijava, if she left something...
And judging by the liquid in that bottle, the Auguste flower wasn't the only thing he reproduced. He managed to
So the liquid Edgar was forced to ingest really was Auguste.
Poison? No. Of course, if Auguste could be considered a... He probably... We're not looking for... We only would, as long as we...
So that's why you never...
Yes, exactly.
Anyway, glad to hear it. Lucian, let's head back to the room and...
Yes, of course.
You think so too? But based on Sylvain's tone of...
The way you exposed them like that, just based on a hunch, that was genius! Oh, right! Earlier you said you were only sort of a doctor, and that you're...
Oh yes, that's because...
So you're
Close. I'm actually a forensic... In fact, with just a small alteration to the formula. Basically, there are 2... I've learned a lot in my line of work, and I've witnessed a lot of death. But this time, we may still save the patient. Actually, Traveler, could I trouble you to report back 2 times? I'll stay here and continue to look after Master. Now...
Whoa, why the rush? Did something happen?
What? He's the most famous
Sheriff, have you received any reports of...
No. I'll start gathering my forces. We won't let him get...
What about you, Tainari?
I'm sure the sheriff...
But...
Then she was far too modest. Not to mention the fact that Mr. Edgar's... As for me...
Oh, that's right.
From Emily's letter, certainly. I didn't have time to look. I have friends in I'll leave you and Emily to...
Well, it's been a day. But things weren't looking good with Emily's master yesterday. We should check on things at the hotel first.
Hello, Nam. Good morning.
Emily!
No longer in critical condition, thankfully. He's still very weak, but with a bit more rest, he should regain consciousness soon. My chemical analysis of Auguste also went smoothly, although it's... I was able to identify the components that give the substance its fragrance, but I also noticed an abnormal trace of elemental energy in the sample.
Elemental energy?
Hard to say. It was such a minute amount, proportionally speaking, like mixing a single drop of perfume into the ocean. I had to use one of the newest tests developed in recent years to even detect the traces present in the sample. Unless you were abnormally sensitive to elemental energy, I doubt it would have any effect, even if you use the product every day for 10 years. As for whether Master's condition was caused by the elemental energy present in the sample or some other component of the perfume, it's still too early to say.
Oh, that reminds Paimon. Did Tainari come and find you? Maybe we could ask him to take a look.
I received a message from him last night, but I haven't heard anything since.
Oh, Paimon thought he might have stopped by to see you first. Excuse me? Is Miss Emily here? Oh, perfect! Familiar faces! Traveler, Paimon, you're here too!
Kale. Ah, of course. Tainari's apprentice. He's mentioned you many times. And please, no need for formalities.
Oh, did Tainari send you here? Yep. Anyway, based on what they've... Master considered that possibility as well. How is that possible?
It's starting to...
Hey! Lucian!
It's Sylvain! Wait, you don't think Kirio came back, do you?
That seems impossible. If someone came in or out of the hotel just now...
Trên châu Vinh Nam.
It's locked?
There's no one here.
Lucian! Lucian!
Lucian! Lucian! Come on! Emily! Emily! My brother.
I'm sorry, Mr. Sylvain. But...
No, that's not possible.
Traveler, Kale, Mr. Sylvain has gone through a huge shock. He needs some space to calm down. Could one of you take him next door?
Of course.
Both. Mr. Sylvain, let's get you up. Here, take my hand. We'll take things from here. Just focus on getting some rest. Here, this way.
Ok. Tiếp tục với hai năm mỗi đó mong
Poor
đến những
guy.
con người một tập
He's like a
tất
shell
cả
of his former self.
dẹp cái giặt luộc
He
như
may
là
have
lại
made
phần năng
some
ok.
bad decisions in life, but right
Thì
now,